Hello and welcome to day 2 of 313 setup, which is 3 looks in one location, and I'll be posting them in 3 days. And yesterday we made a real short breakdown, not short, bit long breakdown of how I shot the first one, and the second one is going to be today, and I'll be talking about this particular look, how I framed it, what gear I used, what lighting setup I used. This is our model for today, Harriet. And huge shout out to Harriet for turning up to be the person in front of the camera, and really appreciate you for coming down. Thank you. So what we have here is our model Harriet sitting in front of the camera, obviously with a backdrop again, but this time around we use a paper backdrop and we use a solid color. So to create this shape with the background, what we did was position a plant right about here. Don't mind my diagram, please. So position the plants right about here, and we have a light giving us this little shape on the background, so you can tell all around here and there. So that's the light giving us that shape on the yellow background. So if we didn't do that, we'll probably have a plain yellow background, which is good. You can do that. So we just wanted to have more option in terms of how the background looks. You don't just want it to be a plain background, even though it's a plain background. So we brought in the light and the plant. And is the plant here? No. So we brought in that plant and then positioned that there, and we used the 600D. So apparently you don't need the 600D, even if it's a little light bulb, even if it's your phone and you turn on your torch light, that will probably give you the same effects, because the 600 was on maybe 1% or something. Maybe your phone is exaggeration, but any light basically can do the same effect. So we were shining that through the plant, and the shadow was casting on the background, which literally gave us that look of the background. And that's the real style of the show. And we decided to choose this particular color for our outfits because they all match. And we have this blue, brown, yellow kind of color palette, which is nice. And quickly, let's talk about the gear, because I'm sure most people are interested in that. And what we use here again is the Pyxis 6K, and we shot on the, I think it was still the Mantis 50mm. So that's an anamorphic lens, but you can't really see the anamorphic effect of it. But we wanted to get more shots in because this space is like this, and we didn't want to include the walls, so I had to cut it into, I think, 4x3 or something. So that's basically our cameras and lens, and there's no filtration in front. We use the Mofach Poco ND filter with the Pyxis, so that's why we have that option of getting the right exposure. And in terms of lighting, we basically did the same thing or something close to the one of yesterday, which is the day before, in case you are watching anytime. Right, we had the hair light to be the Godox F200, but it's a panel light, and that was shining all through. And then we had our key light here, the same thing. Like I said before, we had a very huge parabolic softbox, then we had a 300C, and the light was going in there in this direction, going in like this, and then coming out like that. So that gave us that very soft fade of our face. So that gives this kind of soft fade of our face, and at the same time we had a negative fill on this end, giving us dark side here. It's kind of expatiating, kind of elaborating our dark side. So the key lights was giving us this look all over. our face and our hand here and there, and then, like I said, the dark side was created with that negative fill, and that was a 5-in-1 reflector, which we've used the black side, which we've used the dark side. So literally you don't have to like buy the most expensive negative fill out there, maybe a floppy or something, which they do perform better than this. But if you don't have the budget, you can do well with, probably sure you have a 5-in-1 reflector in your kit. So that's what we used, and I think I like the way everything came out. I like the fact that this looks like you shot this in a massive studio, a big studio, a well presentable studio, not in this little abode of mine. So that's what you can get with this space if you know how to set your interview. And we did the same thing with the close-up shots, which we basically just moved the camera around and then went a bit tight on our face, and the same lighting setup. Same time we did have this look which was created with the same camera setup and just change of the outfit, and we're still trying to go into that color palettes and still have this blue or teal and then yellow and then yellow. So basically same thing, key lights was coming from this direction, and like I said, we used the same thing. This was the Amaran 300C, and then we had our hair lights to be, if you look closely you will see just some rim effect of that hair light even on the earrings here, and then bright bits on our head here. So it's not very much obvious like the other one. So that's basically it for day 2, and keep watching out because day 3 will be dropping tomorrow, and I'm sure you will like that one most because that's a different entire setup from the first day and the second day, because most the day 1 and day 2 has the background vibe, and even though they are like different kind of concepts, but the third day is a different thing entirely. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified anytime I post the third day one and every other content that I'll be posting very soon.